Hey guys, it's me Tilly, and today I'm back with the second episode of the Let's Progress series. Last time we left off after the 5th day, being able to do Ragnahim, and in today's episode we are back trying to basically reach Rommel requirements from scratch out of our own strength without real money, without main character's gold, without being gifted too much by the community. And we are back after the 10th day, the second set of 5 days, and spoiler alert, we are not just able to do Ragnahim now, we unlocked 2 additional raids, Seed and Epona. How I went about it, what my decision making was on the content I was doing, on the activities, what my decision was behind all of the items that I bought now for real, we spent gold for the first time, will be part of this video. And the first part, really, activity, the second part, items and what you should know and what you need to do. Alright, first up, activities. What am I doing? I leave the inn, I press G, and I do the Red Moon dungeon right here. You saw me click through it. Again, G, Red Moon's energy, the one dungeon that shows up. Do it every day. You need it, and why you need it I'll talk about later when we come to the gear. After I'm done with those dungeons, I do the Royal Army raid again, K, Special Battle, Royal Army, do these 2 times. If you didn't unlock any Season 4 raid yet, spend your guild departures here. If you did unlock your Season 4 raids, that's my next highest priority after Royal. Do all of them. If you have 3 unlocked, do all 3 of them. If you have 1 unlocked, do all 1 of them. And also spend all of your departure licenses that you got on any Season 4 raid that you like the most, really. It doesn't really matter which one you spend, because all of them have really good drops that make you a lot of money, and I made, I'll be honest with you, maybe a bit too much money on this character. I made around like 100 million gold in 10 days, and yes, I'm aware that's not an amount that is really common to get, but I still have like 60 million of that to spend, so really in the first 10 days, I only spent like 40 million gold. Again, if you didn't get there, you will get there. Just trust me, keep playing. But spend all of your departures. I spent my guild departures. I have a departure boost that I got from a coupon. It should be right here on the screen. You need to click on the supply depot, the little present icon in the bottom right corner, and then enter coupon. That's the way you get it. And then it will show up in your temporary stash right here on the avatar, and then you just right click it to get it out. I'm not getting this one out yet because it would start counting down, and I don't want to do that yet. You also get some departures actually from your temporal missions, from your weekly missions right here. I also use all of those all the time when I get them. That's my next highest priority, Season 4 raids. After Season 4 raids, it's really about however many Season 3 raids you feel doing, or just redeemers. I've actually done 4 more Briggs this week and 3 more Nimhains. They have pretty good gold reward, and I even got 1 mysterious shard from them, meaning I got another 5 million. Like, they are a pretty, I want to almost say reliable source of income. One of the most reliables we have. And since they are a weekly activity, you don't have to spam them all day, every day. Just like every now and then. So over these 5 days, my main goal was just getting money, getting paid basically. And again, we probably got a bit too much, but we didn't even spend half of it yet. So, how did I spend my first gold? It was on the Book of Succession. And lay your pitchforks down. I know all of you guys who watched my latest gearing guide might have already gone for the Milesian book. That is fine. Milesian book would even be better than the Succession book. I'm just on this series trying to get there as cheap as possible. While also, here's the big crux about this guide, not doing Einlacker. If you can do Einlacker, please feel free to do it. It will be even easier than on this guide. But I'm just trying to really get there so everyone can play along. I don't want to hide behind these challenge mode stats, 5 balance and 3 crit. It's huge if you can't get it. And I'm trying to get there without, and if I can pull it off, you can too. So, if you can actually get Ein Lacker done, I would even recommend you to still get the Book of Militian. The reason for why we went Book of Succession here is the only difference in Militian and Succession is defense. 800 or so. And because I am not doing Ein Lacker, I will also miss these balance and crits that I talked about. These balance and crits I will get later on by crafting Militian armors, which will give me +1 balance just from the item itself. And then put rank 6 enchant scrolls, which will give me 3 stats, balance and crit. When I'm not doing Ein Lacker, I get 1 additional item, basically giving me 4 additional stats. Not quite as much as Ein Lacker would do, but still a pretty hefty amount. And since I need to get more of these items, more of these armors for tech and balance, I also get more defense there. And then there's the defense that we're really missing from the Militian book. So, TLDR. If you are an actual new player, you don't have any idea about any bosses or your characters, you don't know if you can get Ein Lacker done within a month or so, get the cheap Book of Succession. If you know you can get Ein Lacker done, feel free to just buy the Militian. I also didn't buy the Militian because it's a new character. Everyone wants to get it. It was so expensive. I was gonna pay like 25 million for it, but it was really 45 million when I was about to buy it, and that was just too expensive. I got this one, Succession, for 7 million. Check the price on it, craft it yourself, don't ever buy these 2 items outright from the marketplace, you will get scammed 99% of the times. For the Book of Succession we are using right here, you need 5 Ancient Succession plus some trash materials. For the Book of Militian you will need 4 Militian Essences and 2 Solid Succession Shards. Go to the marketplace, add up all of those prices and see the difference. Again, for me it was 45 versus 7 million, and really that almost 30 million difference. I'm able to get the defense cheaper by later on going for armor. But that's the decision behind my first item, why I went for the Book of Succession. If the Militian would have been cheaper, I would have gone Militian. But both it being so expensive and me wanting to do it without Ein Lacker, the reason for why we went Succession. The second item that we got is obviously the weapon. And I need to mention how the Book of Succession actually didn't really get me closer to the Seat unlock, which is still the one we are chasing right now, since that's where we left off. Because I was in need of more critical, and the book didn't give me more critical. I even infused it with balance. And that's probably something you should do as well. I have some crit infusions, one here and one on this rings. Actually, I think if you're going for the tech of Succession and no Ein Lacker, you should really get balance everywhere. Really. Because, again, I'll get to that in a second. But back to the weapon, the Militian one that I got myself. I'll equip it right now so you see my stats with it. Here's the reason why you should farm the dungeon and royal army every day. Because if you get the weapon, you will still need to synthesize it right here. Boom. You will need to get all of these balance to the max, all of these crits to the max. This balance, this crit. On these 3 shards. Those are the most important stats. All of these like strength and magic attacks, and here the magic attack and the attack speed, they are optional at first. You will really want to get them ASAP, but crafting the Militian weapon without being able to at least get the balance and the crit is a no-go, you should not do it. On the Keen Succession shard, I went cheap and I kind of abused the event that's going on right now, where for 50 coupons, the very first item on the Freezing Cold coupon exchange shop, you can get a box, and I picked the Keen shard because it has the most value for you. I also have a Google spreadsheet developed that will help you to calculate the amount of materials and gold that you need. Leave these values at the top at 0 because you should farm all of the materials yourself. It will show the amount of materials that you need down below here. And then you just set all of the different, like right now I have it set and that's the way you're able to copy it over. I have it set to the minimum stats you need to get. Feel free to also set the keen one to 20 and 58. Basically, if you are able to get it from the event right now, making it even cheaper, scroll all the way to the right to see the amount of gold that you need, and then scroll all the way left again to see all of the materials that you need. Again, if you may need the keen. Sealed power fragments and inherited power fragments. If you need those, they are obtained, let me close everything down, by dismantling orange essences and shards. Right click any of them, click on material, and then dismantle them. You get red ones from essences and green ones from shards. If you need them, farm level 95 raids. You find them on Burby, Donegal, there's Missing Soul, there's Price of Failure, back to Burby, back to Yarden, Iron Fist, back to Burby, Aidan, Distorted Truth. Those 4 are where you should farm these materials, because while farming them, you could also get rank 7 scrolls, which would be pretty cool. If you want even more dungeons to do, to farm these red and green fragments, fall back to the level 90 raids, Regina to Abomination. But again, I was on the topic of new era materials. That's why I waited at least 10 days to get the weapon, so I'm able to gather up enough of these materials. Again, I could have done that on like the 6th day because I had enough gold. And I could have bought all of these new era materials that I need. But I didn't want to spend gold on materials that I'm guaranteed to get over time. And you guys should take your time. Don't rush everything. Don't buy everything as you got the gold. Be smart about it. Buy the things that you really can't drop yourself. For example, after 10 days, I was still missing a perfect. I was still missing a stable succession chart. I got all of the other shards. I got the weapon essence. I got enough new era materials. I was just not able to drop these 2 shards, so I bought them. But I dropped myself all of the new era materials that I needed. I saved a bunch of money dropping 1 shard and 1 weapon essences that I needed for myself, right? So just be smart, take some time, don't instantly buy as you are able to buy. Then after synthesizing, the next important thing also is scrolls. It's another thing that you need. You need the weapon scrolled, otherwise it's useless. I went for Immoral Veiler. Veiler because I really need the balance it provides. Because that's the big letdown of Miletian versus Astera. The big balance loss that you are suffering from. Right now, Veiler and Chance Scroll might be really expensive on the marketplace. Arky, shout out to you. He actually dropped me one and sold it for the usual price. And the Immoral Enchant Scroll I got because it provides high critical, which helps me to again unlock raids. I spent a total of 30 million gold, synthesizing, enhancing, and enchanting the weapon to 12. So, that's around the number you wanna get to before you even start thinking about the weapon. If you don't at least have 30 million gold, forget about Miletian. Keep using your plus 13 Astera weapon that you got from character growth goal and getting to 13 with the rune. And just like that, we have Epona requirements. There's one thing that I'll mention right here. If I show you this, that's right here. We have more than enough attack, we have more than enough defense, we have 2 more critical, and we have 84 balance. We are right on the spot with our balance. And that's where I want to mention my outfit right here. It provides 2 balance. If I subtract it from my current balance, then I would be short on balance for Siet and Epona. However, I have 2 crit too much. And that's exactly where I kind of like screwed up. I'm still fine because I have the set. You guys will be fine because these +1 crit and this +1 crit for you will be balanced. And then you will be right on spot. Or like both of these stats. I kind of screwed up, but thankfully me having played before, I'm still able to do it. You guys will not do the same mistake because you watched the video, obviously. Other than that, from now on, I will pay very close attention that I will at least, like especially for Rommel later on, that I will be right on spot even without the outfit. I will unequip it, or I will just imagine this number to be too lower for the sake of the guide. Again, the quick rundown of this video. After 10 days, I got 100 million gold, and I spent 40 million of it. 7 million on the book, 30 million or so on the weapon. One more thing that I also did is I got all of my accessories to plus 18. Because counterforce is a thing. Once you unlock these higher militia rates, you really need to up your counterforce, otherwise your damage gets screwed. And when your damage gets screwed and you are a newish player, you might not be able to get the damage requirement done. If you deal too little damage, you will not get any loot from the boss. So that's really something. It costed me 5 million to get all of them to plus 18. And if you get all of them to 19, 1 to 20, you will have counterforce cap for Rommel. I don't need to do it right now because I still have this event Epaulet with 15 counterforce. But if you don't have this again, I'm trying to do this guide so you guys can even apply it in like a month or two. If you don't have this event available to yourself, then just get all of them to 19 and you'll be fine. It will be a bit expensive, but you'll be able to do it. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode of the Progression series. I hope you are enjoying it, because I for sure am having a blast playing this character. Not just because it's fun to play, but also playing through the different raids, not even being able to do the latest one, basically being happy about any orange top that I see. It's a nice change of pace compared to my endgame character in Arisha. And if you want to see me play and struggle through the raids, why not stop by my Twitch? There will be a link down below in the description. I'm currently live before Christmas pretty much every day. Then for Christmas and some days after, I'll be MIA for a few days, taking a break to visit the family. But then we'll be back playing more, streaming more, and having more fun. I hope to catch you guys there. If not, have a great time anyway. And I'll catch you at least in my next video. Until then, bye guys!